So we're going to start with our forward bends on the wall. Spreading the fingers, keep the wrist at the top of your leg where the crease is at the top of the leg where it meets the hip. Keeping the middle finger pointing upwards, bring the palms onto the wall. Your fingers are spread. Push through the palms to walk back until your legs are straight up and down. Have the feet hip distance apart. That's about 8 to 10 inches between your ankles. And have the outside edges of the feet parallel. As you inhale, lift the knees and the thighs up. Keep them up as you exhale and reach out through the hands and the feet. So you're expanding out through the hands and the feet, and the arms and legs are straight. As you inhale, lift the knees and the thighs up. Exhale, reach out, expand out through the hands, through the feet, and then inhale, bend the knees, look up and walk into the wall. I'm going to come into a resting position now with your buttocks on the wall. So have your feet about thigh distance away from the wall. Feet are hip distance apart again, and the outside edges of the feet are parallel, because that allows you to access all the muscles in your legs. Pressing the feet down, allow the upper body to hang from your hips with your buttocks on the wall. As you inhale, lift the knees and thighs up. As you exhale, keep them up as you push the feet down. So we're activating the legs to allow the upper body to let go. So the more you push the feet down, the more the legs can support the upper body and the more it will let go. So it's a resting position for your spine and your whole upper body. Inhale to look up, bend the knees and come up, push yourself off the wall. We're going to come back into the wall again for that forward bend. Palms on the wall, walking back until your legs are straight up and down. Keep the crown of the head towards the wall and push the palms into the wall, spreading your fingers to activate the arms. Pressing the feet down, lift the knees and thighs up. And as you exhale, reach out through the hands and the feet. Take the sitting bones back. So it's like you're taking your inner thighs back to the wall behind you as well. Soften the breath here with the soft tongue. Inhale, lift the knees and thighs up. Exhale, expand out, energetically projecting through the hands and the feet. Inhale to bend the knees, look up, walk into the wall again. And let's have the buttocks on the wall as we come into another resting position, another forward bend. Activating the legs by pressing the feet down through the floor, lifting up the knees and thighs. So you want to have the legs straight here. Walk the feet out away from the wall until your legs are straight. And you're pushing the feet down, lifting up the knees and thighs. You'll notice that the breath slows to a steady rhythm here. Pressing the feet down evenly left and right. Letting the upper body hang, shoulders drop, arms drop. You can even feel your belly on your thighs as you breathe in and out. Notice the breath has slowed to that steady rhythm. So your heart has slowed down, your blood pressure has slowed down, and it's very calming on the body. Inhale to look up and then bend the knees to come up. Push yourself off the wall, and this time we'll use the chair in a forward bend. So we're going to spread the fingers again and have the heel of the hand on the outside edge of the top of the chair. Walking the feet back until the legs are straight up and down, and keeping the crown of the head away from you again. So looking for that even action through the heel of the hand, pushing down on the chair. Straight, strong arms, and pressing the feet down, lifting up both kneecaps and thighs. Taking the sitting bones back, taking the inner thighs back. Use your breath to maintain this posture. So as you inhale, lift the knees and the thighs up, keeping them up. Exhale, push the hands and the feet down. So you're going to feel your inside shoulders roll away from the ears, and then inhale, bend the knees, look up and walk up. And so we're going to come into another position now, sitting on the chair. So this is just spreading the feet apart, letting the upper body hang. Pushing the feet down. Notice how the ankles are underneath the knees. So it's like you're pushing from the knees down to the ball and the heel of the feet through the mat, letting that upper body hang. And you'll notice the more you push the feet down, the more the upper body rests. Just letting the head hang, softening the tongue, the lips, the face, bringing awareness to the breath. Notice how it slowed down. And then inhale, look up. You can hold on to the legs here, pushing the feet down. So it's an upward facing forward bend on a chair. Pressing the feet down, looking straight ahead. And then exhale, letting that upper body hang. You can bring the hands in front of you and push through the palms and push through the feet again. And come on your fingertips if you can't get the palms down, or alternatively, you can place your palms on the blocks. Pressing the hands and the feet down. Steady breath. So this releases your lower back. So if you can't reach the floor, have the palms on the block, and the blocks up high or down low. The nice straight arms. So as you push the palms down, it helps you lift the breastbone up so the front body remains open, and then it's easier to breathe. Try to keep the back of the neck long, crown of the head away from you. And then you're going to bring your forehead onto the block, still pressing those feet down. Let the upper body hang and let the head be completely supported by those blocks that you've stacked up. Pressing the feet down. Letting the head rest on the blocks. Check the tongue is soft and resting, tip of the tongue resting behind the top two teeth. As you bring awareness to the breath coming in your nose, follow it with your mind's eye all the way down to the belly, observing the effect this breath has on the lungs, all parts of the lungs, front, back, sides, and the tops of the lungs under your collarbones and into the upper back region. As you look for even action in the feet pressing down from your knees. Inhale to lift that head up. And we'll come back to an upward facing forward bend. So the more you push the hands down on the mat, the more the breastbone lifts up. Pressing the feet down here. See if you can feel your sitting bones evenly weighted on the chair. So looking for even action on the left and the right sides of the body. Inhale to come on up. And just looking straight ahead, soften the tongue in your mouth and find your breath again. Looking for even action in the feet, pushing down through the ball and the heel of both feet, lifting up the breastbone and the crown of the head to sit tall. Steady breath, conscious breath. Remember, a steady breath will give you a steady posture. Inhale to come on up. Put the chair to the side now for those of you who are not going to use the chair. So you have the feet hip distance apart and letting the upper body hang. So we come into that forward bend action with your hands on your shins, lifting up the knees and thighs, pushing the feet down. Steady breath. Looking for even action in the left and the right feet, the left and the right knees and thighs. So we want to have the legs nice and straight. Keep them straight here. Lifting up the knees and the thighs, pushing both feet down, allows the legs to support that upper body in an upward facing forward bend. So it's a little bit of a back bend. So if that's too awkward for you, you can try the hands on the blocks, pushing the blocks down, lifting up the knees, the thighs, and pressing both feet down as well. Steady breath. Even action on the left and the right sides of the body. Keep the crown of the head away from you, so the back of the neck is long, the back of the head is soft. Tongue is soft in your mouth as you focus on the breath here for 3 to 5 breaths. Conscious breaths. And then inhale, bend the knees. And we're going to place one block on top of the other. So you'll either have bent or straight legs here, and the crown of the head is on the blocks now. So if your knees are bent, keep them bent over your toes. Don't let those knees come together. And you're still pushing from the knees into the ball and the heel of both feet, allowing the upper body to hang. Allowing the head to rest on the block. So if you can't do this position, then you need to sit on the chair, as we did before. Some of you may even be able to do this position with your legs straight, lifting up the kneecaps and thighs to that crease at the top of the leg. Pressing the feet down, looking for even action in the feet, the knees and the thighs. Now don't come into this position if there's a strong sensation in your lower back. You certainly don't come into any pain in this position in yoga at all. So keep your knees bent over your feet if you have any pinching sensation in your lower back. Steady breath. Observing on the inside how the breath slows to a steady rhythm in our forward bends. And this really helps your mind to quieten and focus on what you're doing. So it's a great way to start our practice. Inhale to bend the knees, look up to come out of the position. And then those of you who can straighten your legs, you'll have the hands under the shoulders, palms down or on your fingertips, or have your hands on your blocks. But we want straight arms and legs here. So use your blocks under your palms to help you straighten your legs and your arms. If you can't get your palms onto the floor, and then let your head hang. Let the tongue be soft in your mouth, tip of the tongue resting behind the top 2 teeth. As you inhale, lift up the knees and the thighs, and as you exhale, push the hands and the feet down, letting the upper body hang. Inhale to bend the knees, and then we'll step the hands under your feet. Big toes will come onto that pad at the base of your thumb. So you're going to push the big toe into that pad at the base of your thumb and push through the ball and the heel of both feet, letting the upper body hang. Bending the knees if you have to, over your knees, over your toes. So if you've got straight legs, look at your knees, keep your knees and thighs lifting up. And if there's any pain in your lower back, bend your knees over your feet, over your toes. And look for that even action in the ball and the heel of the feet, in the left and the right feet, even on the left and the right. So as you push the big toe into that pad at the base of your thumb, it's very calming. That's a shiatsu point there. Shoulders are hanging. And then inhale, bend the knees, look up and walk the hands out. Come back and place the hands underneath your shoulders. And you can just let the upper body hang, bending your knees or straightening your legs. So it doesn't matter if the knees are bent or straight, but we don't have any pain in the lower back in this posture. And we have even action in the feet, letting the arms and the shoulders drop, letting the head hang. Really focusing on that breath here. Inhale to bend the knees, look up, and let's bring the hands back out in front, underneath your shoulders, and we're going to step the right foot in front of the left across the legs. So you'll walk the hands over so they stay under your shoulders. Now one foot might be in front of the other, but we want to keep the little toe side of the feet parallel. And we want the legs straight, so we're going to use the hands under your blocks if you need them. If you don't need them, put them to the side and come onto your fingertips or your palms on the floor under your shoulders. So you can look at your knees and lifting up the knees and the thighs. As you exhale, push both feet down. Try not to let the feet roll in or out. And then bend the knees, and then we're going to step back where we started and bring the other leg in front. So remember, one foot might be in front of the other for you to get straight legs, but you want to have the outside edges of the feet parallel to each other and to the edge of the mat. Keep your hands on the blocks if you need to for straight legs. So we definitely don't want to have the legs bent here. Use the blocks to straighten your legs and your arms. Of course, if you don't need the blocks, then use your fingertips or your palms on the floor. And as you inhale, lift the knees and the thighs up. So you've got 3 different heights. You can use the blocks here if you need them. Otherwise, keep your hands on the floor, on your fingertips or your palms. We want to keep the knees and the thighs lifting up and the feet pushing down. Steady breath. And even action through the hands and the feet, left and right. And then we're going to bend the knees and uncross your legs. And just let the upper body hang again, sometimes called dangling pose. You let the backs of the hands rest on the mat outside your feet. You let the body rest on your thighs. You can have the legs straight or bent, but feel your belly on your thighs, okay? So if you can't feel your belly on your thighs, bend your knees over your toes again until you can feel that belly on your thighs. We want to encourage the fold at the hip, not at the waist. The fold is at the hip. And then inhale, bend the knees, look up as you come into an upward facing forward bend. So placing the hands under your shoulders, and then we're going to keep the legs strong, straight legs. So use the blocks if you need them to get straight legs. But you're going to walk the hands around to the left and have the hands underneath your shoulders again. As you inhale, lift the knees and the thighs up. As you exhale, push the hands and the feet down, letting the upper body hang. So it's a gentle twist. Inhale to walk the hands around to the right and having the hands in line with your shoulders again, so they're shoulder distance apart. Pressing through the palms on the blocks or the floor. Lifting up your knees and thighs. Pressing the feet down. Okay, so we want to be lifting up the knees and thighs so we don't twist the knees. And then walk the hands back to the front, underneath your shoulders again. Couple of breaths here. And then coming down onto your knees into a resting position. So you're going to bring the chair over so you can place your calf muscles on the chair, one at a time, letting the weight of the legs rest there. So that takes a bit of the weight out of the hips and allows your lower back to sink down to the floor. So come into this final position for relaxation. Turn your palms up so the shoulders can drop and make sure the back of the neck is long. Shoulder blades should be flat on the mat, so draw them down your back. And then close your eyes and allow yourself to be heavy on the mat. We're just going to observe the natural breath here. So with your mind's eye, observing the breath coming in both nostrils. How does it feel in the nostrils? Feel it on the left and the right, because they will be different. And just observe the quality of that breath, the temperature. It's smooth, soft, harsh. What is the quality of your breath? So the quality of your breath will always tell you about the condition of your nervous system. When the breath is smooth and soft, your nervous system is relaxing. So let's observe the breath now coming into all parts of the lungs, into the belly, to the lower lobes of the lungs, into the chest, and into the upper lobes of the lungs, under your collarbones and into the upper back region. And as you exhale, allow your internal organs to drop to the floor. Allow yourself to be heavy on the mat. Allow your skin to soften and melt down to the mat. So the skin on your head, your scalp, where the hair grows is soft. The space behind your ears is soft. The skin on your face is soft. Just observe what the breath wants to do by itself here for a few minutes in this resting position where you lie as still as a dead body. It's called corpse posture or Shavasana. Allow your legs to be completely supported by the chair. As your knees soften, your thighs and your hips soften. Feeling where your skin touches the mat, chair, clothing, and feeling the softness of the skin. There are 8 layers of skin, and each layer lets go. Once the skin lets go, then the muscles can let go, layer by layer. As you exhale, let go, because that's when the body naturally lets go. So as you inhale and follow the breath into the body, observe where you're resisting letting go. And then on the exhalation, consciously let go there, on the inside. Because that's when the body naturally lets go, on the exhalation. So we usually stay in this resting position for at least 2 minutes after every hour of yoga. We're going to stay here for about 5 minutes. You can really relax. And it is conscious relaxation. Watching on the inside. So if thoughts come into your head, just let them go as though they're clouds in the sky floating by. Come back and focus on the breath, watching the effect the breath has on the posture. Consciously softening with each exhalation, melting into the mat. When the relaxation response kicks in, you may feel it in the palms of your hands or the soles of your feet. It's a warm and tingling sensation, like tiny particles vibrating. Then you notice your whole body feels like tiny particles vibrating. So you're becoming aware of the energetic vibration of the body. Inhale to raise the right arm. Bring the knees one at a time to your chest to roll off the chair. And just resting here for a moment. And then open your eyes, push up. You're going to cross the legs, bring the hands to your center in prayer position. Shoulders drop, breastbone lifting up. And as you exhale, fold forward from those hips again. Bowing as we give thanks for the practice of yoga. Inhale to look up, come on up. Namaste. Coming up off the floor, you can use the chair. Thank you, everybody.